Welcome to the Be Poptastic Podcast, Poptastic Nation. Make sure you like, subscribe, and most definitely like us, most definitely share. Thank you for joining us on the Be Poptastic Podcast. And for those of you that's joining us for the first time and you wondering what the heck is Poptastic and the Poptastic Podcast, well, we'll tell you. Right? So, before you can be Poptastic, you have to put the pop in the tastic. So, the first P represents positivity. And the O?
The O stands for optimistic.
Optimistic.
And then they go hand in hand. And then
the second P
is productivity.
Productivity. And if you can be positive, be optimistic, and productive, we guarantee that those are the keys to your success. So just start.
And those are the keys to be Poptastic.
Exactly.
Trying out the new spot. We got a couple of different camera angles. Hey! And we got mics, you know what I mean? We're
upping our game.
We're upping our game, up in the production value. So what are we going to talk about today?
So today we're going to talk about delegating task that you hate to do, right? Delegating tasks that you hate to do.
What about also delegating tasks that
doesn't add value to your life?
Yeah.
Right? So we got delegating tasks that you hate to do, delegating tasks that does not add value to your life. How do you eliminate those things? So today we're going to be talking about that here. So from a business standpoint, you can utilize the information we're going to talk about. From
Absolutely.
Your personal life, you can most definitely use this, right? And kind of help you, right? We're all a team here. We're all about, sharing some certain things and certain things that's not as important or that doesn't add value.
Yeah.
Hey, how can we eliminate that?
And so if you guys have any delegation tips, let us know, because we're gonna talk about it right now. So let's get into it.
Let's get into it. So I'll start. Let's start with me, right? I realized that time is probably one of the most valuable things on the earth. Right?
Absolutely.
I realized with me that my time is very limited. A lot of my time is spent on the road between managing in 3 stores. Mm-hmm. So it's the commute. Yeah. So it's the commute between driving here and there and just kind of overseeing. Or it could be running to get supplies and, the little things, which consumes most of my time. My thing is, I tell people all the time now, I kind of feel like an Uber driver for my business because I'm always in the car. I kind of feel like I need to be doing like a share ride or something and have somebody in the car with me. Like, oh, yeah, you need to go. I'm going that way anyway. I'll give you a ride, right?
I'm going this way, so hop in.
But a lot of my time is spent on the road, and I'm doing things that's not really adding value back into my business or myself, right? So it's like a lot of my time is being wasted, quote unquote, behind the wheel doing the driving. And I shouldn't say that it's being wasted because ultimately I'm still overseeing and making sure that the businesses are running and whatnot, or deliveries or whatever. I'm making sure that things get done, but I'm realizing at this point that it's very crucial and important for me to start delegating some of those tasks, whether it's hiring a manager to just oversee that one location and that be my main contact person, and that's the person that we just, I kind of communicate back and forth, or that's the person that handles everything for that particular location, compared to me trying to
manage that location, manage this location.
And mind you, and for those that don't know it, I mean, we have Elgin, West Dundee. Those two, it's kind of like these microphones. No problem at all, because if I'm in the middle, it's close. But that third one is...
I mean, that's way out there.
That's way out, over there. That's Chicago,
Yeah.
So, it's kind of cool because sometimes when I do go there, I kind of got my timing together. I know what time I need to go. I know what time I need to exit. If I don't exit at a certain time, I'll be caught in rush hour.
Traffic.
And that's one thing, just sitting at a standstill and not moving. So those are some of the things. Really delegating, right? Delegating some of those things to free myself up to do more things or do things that's adding more value to the business. So what I decided, and Mike, you'll be my accountability partner. I actually created a list for my car. And it's basically a reminder, right? Because me, I'm a hands-on individual, so I just kind of jump in and I'm ready to go. And now I have to start smacking myself on the hand and say, no, Chris, you can't do that anymore. Although you can do production, or okay, you can, it makes sense. No, that's not where you're adding the most value.
Yeah, as a CEO.
As a CEO.
Yeah.
So basically what it is eliminating some of these tasks, right? Delegating a lot of these tasks, right? Making sure that I'm training up whoever I'm delegating the task to.
Yeah.
That way, if I train them up and I'm really letting them know my expectations, that way things can run more smoothly.
As a business, especially with 3 locations, like checklists, and you're talking about tasks and all that stuff, like what you're actually talking about is creating systems.
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
So now, because you're managing these spots, now you can create those tasks lists and, all right, manager, these are all the tasks, and you can delegate.
Yep, absolutely.
So that's
that's something there. Especially in a business setting. I think about myself, man. I kind of feel like I'm stretching myself so thin, or what I would say is it's just like today. Today was a very good, productive day. I start naming my days. I said every day I wake up, my goal in life for that day is to finish the race. Every day. So every day the race starts. Every day there's a new race. There's new hurdles. There's new things that you have to. And the goal, right, for life is to finish. And I'm okay if it doesn't finish the way that I panned out. But my thing is to finish, right? And last episode we talked about prioritizing, right? So basically, when I prioritize things, I sit there and it goes from the top to the bottom. So I had a fundraiser that was due. It wasn't due today. Me being. That's another good one. We're going to talk about this right now.
Bam.
Right? So I had a fundraiser. On my fundraiser, the FAQ sheet that you helped me design and create, right?
Bam.
Clearly states, 7 to 10 business days turnaround.
Yeah.
Right? The fundraiser came in on the 6th, right?
Oh.
I get an email.
It's only been 4 days later.
Check it. I get the email yesterday and say, hey, can we come or can you deliver our fundraiser today or tomorrow? So I respond. I say, well, it won't be done until Monday, right? I'm like Monday. Email comes back and say, oh no, we kind of promoted and said that, this fundraiser will be out so they can, have the popcorn or whatever for Mother's Day.
Oh.
Right? So here it is, right? Do I stick to the rules that we implemented and stick to it? Or do I make it happen? Me being Poptastic and me being who I am.
Because you also want all of them to feel Poptastic, all the moms to feel Poptastic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? I'll make it happen for you. No matter what, I'll make sure it gets done. Right? So that was my first strike to myself, right? Because now, ultimately, I put this extra pressure on myself, right? That had me out late,
Dude, I remember that one time you had that huge order and you slept.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm taking a break to sleep in the popcorn shop.
But see, that's the dedication. I love what I do, and I try my hardest to make it happen. So it was almost as a scenario like that for this fundraiser, right? Because when she emailed, I literally had a fundraiser that Wednesday that I just finished and completed and delivered that Wednesday.
Wow.
Right? So when they emailed on Thursday, saying, hey, can we get? I'm like, whoa, we didn't even start on yours yet, right?
Man.
So here it is. I'm back
Wow.
You know, my back is against the rope. So for me, it's like, hey, I got to finish this race. I said I was going to do this, right? And that's not on top of other orders that's coming in. So for me, it's like, okay, I'm going to do this. I need to set everything up. And I start to delegate, you know, between my stores. Hey, I need you to complete A, Y, Z. I need you to do this. I need you to do this part. And then we're going to all come together. We're going to do a final count. And you're going to do this. And it worked. It all worked out.
Nice.
I delivered it, right? But then my next step was like, okay, that was the first thing that you had to complete, right? So I kid you not, it was like a triangle. I had to go to Barrington through St. Charles, and then he was like, hey, we still meeting today. I'm like, yeah, I'll be back by 7:30, right? So I can say my day was productive, right? And I can say that I spent my time the way that it should have been.
Yeah.
Now, the reason I'm going to wrap it all back together is because today's Friday, and production was done, right? And usually production is done without me sometimes, right? But I realized I had to really like kind of wash my hands and be like, look, this is how I need it to be done. I need this to be done today, not tomorrow. I need this, I need that. And I wasn't present, you know, here for production, but it was pretty cool because production still got done without me. So I was able to take care of those things that was top on my list and kind of knock them all out. And it felt good. My mind, I was still, you know, doing a lot of driving.
Now you don't have to worry about that fundraiser anymore.
No, I mean, the fundraiser's done. But you know what? My rule of thumb is every morning, every day, there's a new race. So tomorrow, there's going to be new tasks for me. So I didn't have to be present, and the things got done today. So I was able to kind of realize that, okay, cool. Chris, you really have to start delegating more tasks, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's me having a driver, right, that does the delivery. So that way I'm not spending time behind the wheel. I can be focused on the things that I love to do. Focus on growing the business again if I delegate a task to having a driver, right? So everybody that's watching this, Be Poptastic Nation, if you're looking for a job, a part-time job, and you like to drive.
And you're local in this area.
And you're local in this area. Please find me. I'm at Mama Lee's. Call me, find me. Yeah, I'm looking for a driver.
We'll put a link down below to the website, Mama Lee's website, so you can, or just go to bepoptastic.com and contact us there.
There it is. Part-time job, need some drivers, need a driver.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things, right? So me being behind that wheel, if I can pay someone else to be able to do those things.
And the other thing is, we have a distribution company too.
Yes.
So in fact, they just had a meeting there today, and
I need to be a part of that meeting the next time.
So maybe
we can link up
because they go to Chicago 5 days a week. I think it is.
I think this may work. But you know what's happening is it's my local deliveries to companies. Yeah. That's the thing too.
So, well, he leaves at 5:30 in the morning to head out there to Chicago, and then he's normally back before noon.
See, and that's what it's about, right? Yeah. So when we're talking about delegating tasks, right, that may not add value, right, or may take a lot of your time away, right? It's just like this. We're having this podcast, and Mike, he sit here and he shares, hey, distribution, bam, look, you know what, Chris, this may work. You got people going to Chicago anyway, 5 days a week. And it works out, So it's all about kind of, letting the other person know, because you never know who's the next person may know and who they may be connected to or what they may be a part of, and then it all.
And talking about like checklists and tasks and all that stuff. So building websites and marketing campaigns, all that kind of stuff. We use that. We have a project management system, and there's all these tasks. There's like 300 things that needs to be done when you make a website, and it's like, set up the server, install this, do this. It's like, I have it all laid out, because every once in a while you're like, oh, I forgot to put the map on their contact page or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I have it all laid out, so it's systematized, so you don't have to think
about it.
You don't have to keep that in your head,
right? Of
like, oh, I got to remember to put the map on the contact page. No, you just build everything, and then you go to check everything off. It's like, oh, I forgot to do that.
Okay, that works.
You know what I mean?
That's solid. Okay, so Mike, tell us this, right? If there's one thing, right, that you would eliminate, that you hate to do out of your life, if you can delegate that task, and mind you, we talked about business a little bit, right? Now let's get to the personal side, right? So personal, right? Because there's two sides of the coin, right? We got business, and we know everybody that's watching or listening to the podcast is not, on a business level, and they don't care about that stuff. But on a personal level, we still human too. Although we talk about business a lot, right? We still have lives, right? And mind you, I'm pretty sure there's tasks. Cause I know for me, I can find some tasks in my personal life, right?
Yeah.
But what would you eliminate?
I live in, I'm rarely home.
Okay.
And when I am home, if I'm just there by myself,
okay,
let's just say let's just put it this way. I would rather have somebody do dishes, laundry, vacuum, like the cleaning, like
the cleaning part.
Yeah, like do that because I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, let's say that takes an hour or two. Mm-hmm. As a CEO of a company or president of a company, whatever, your time is valued at least $250 an hour, at least. So can I pay somebody to do that for less than $500? Mm-hmm. Yes.
See?
I mean...
And so that's something that you would invest in.
Totally.
I've
actually talked to a cleaning lady that's cleaned like some of our other buildings.
Yeah.
I've talked to her because she also has some residential clients and stuff like that. She's like, yeah, but I don't do dishes. I'm like, what?
Right. You don't do dishes? Like, it's part of cleaning the house.
It's just me, maybe another person. There's not that much dishes.
Yeah.
But, so I guess I could do it myself.
See, that's solid. That's solid. Looking at it, from that aspect and knowing, because what happens is I think when you see wealthy people and you kind of see the tasks that they delegate, right? You just think about a person that has a chauffeur, right?
Yeah.
I've been in Rolls Royces, but I was in a Rolls Royce, and mind you, for those that have not been in a Rolls Royce, check them out. Their back seat is beyond luxury. It feels like a couch that you're sitting on. It looks like a couch, honestly. But even they have a fold-out table. The new Rolls Royces
on the back of the seat.
They have iPads equipped to it so you can set. And now it's kind of like I realize why you see people get chauffeured around. Yeah. Because if they can work from their car or they can send emails, right? Yeah. I think about the time that I'm in a car that I cannot respond because I'm driving, right? Yeah. Let alone send an email.
Yeah.
So now it's kind of like it makes sense, right? When you see certain things, when you do see people say, oh, I have a maid or I have a cleaning person come in or whatever. Apparently, they don't have the time, or their time is way valuable.
It's more valuable than even if you're paying like, let's say a maid, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Personal cleaning person. I don't know what the proper.
I mean, well, I see Molly maids. I see the thing to
exactly.
say Molly maid. It's like, I mean, it's not your maid every day. I mean, you're paying for her to come in, whatever, or here or whoever.
But even if it's like $25 an hour, right, for them to come in, clean, and it takes 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's still like 4 hours is only $100.
Yeah.
And like, would you rather spend 4 hours cleaning your house, or would you rather spend $100?
That's solid. So mine.
Like raking. Oh, dude, this was the one.
See, because that's where I was.
This was the one that
I was going right there.
Rake. Here in the Midwest, everyone says like you should just cut the grass and just leave the stuff in there.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: at the beginning of the year, you should rake out all the dead stuff, because the lawns die or they go dormant over the thing, and before your first mow or right after your first mow, you should rake all that stuff out and get aeration in the lawn. Anyway, that is the suckiest job ever.
Raking it. So I knew you were going that way when you said rake. I was like,
man, I hate that.
I have a fairly big yard, right? So I went through spurts, right? My first year when I first brought my home, I was excited, right? So it was like, man, I wanna cut my grass. I'm gonna rake. I'm a snow blow. That was cool. Second year was like, right? The third year, I was like, you know what? So I
I'm
ended
gonna
up
pay some kids from around the block.
No. I was like, I'm gonna pay somebody to come and come out and do it. What was happening was it was kind of like a fluctuation, right? Because it seemed like the scheduling that we had was when I needed it cut, it wasn't the week, right? So it was like, you know what? Next year I can go back to do it myself. But I will say it was a beautiful thing. The days when I had the guy come out and cut the grass.
Yeah.
Coming home and seeing my lawn freshly cut was a beautiful thing. My 4th year, I went out and brought a riding lawnmower.
Oh, man.
No, don't get too excited, right? So I've never driven a riding lawnmower until I brought one, right? I had no idea what I was doing, man. I had the thing in like 4th gear, and I'm talking about, man, this thing is like this speeding rule. I'm like, whoa! Every time I'm turning, I'm on like it's going this. I'm like, oh my god, this thing is fast. And I was like, man, you got it going too fast, right?
You just gotta chill out, man.
So I realized that I didn't have the time to really learn how to perfect of cutting grass with a riding lawnmower. I mean, because it's just kind of like a push lawnmower. I got it. I know which way to go. A riding lawnmower, it's a different kind of drive to it, right? So my first year I had that. Then I went back. I'm like, you know what? I'll get some exercise, so I'll walk. So this year I'm here and I cut my grass last Sunday because you're like, hey, what you doing? I'm like, man, I'm cutting my grass first, right? I cut my grass. I had my son out there with me, cutting the grass. So it was kind of cool because he was at that age like, hey, you can do this. So I was taking my time teaching him. But one thing that I will honestly say, if I had to think about the years of me having to cut grass, the best year was paying somebody else to cut my grass. And I made my mind up. I said, you know what? I'm paying somebody from here on out to maintain my yard. Because ultimately, I don't have the time. I mean, if I had the time, I probably wouldn't mind being out there. But I do not have the time. And I do like having a nice yard. But I don't have the time.
My dad, my mom and my stepdad, they're 77.
Mm-hmm.
This is in California. They have a little patch of lawn, like as big from the wall to here, like it's a little patch of lawn.
Yeah.
And then it's rocks around the lawn. And then the backyard has no grass. It's all concrete, but there's a couple of plants back there. They pay someone to come out, blow all the leaves and all the stuff around, mow the lawn. Like they just bring a weed whacker to do the lawn. There's like hardly any lawn there. And they're in and out in like 15 minutes.
See, but see, I mean,
but they're like, I mean, my mom's been retired for a long time. They're 77. They're like, I got other stuff to do.
I got other stuff to do.
I got to go play bingo. I got to go volunteer over here.
Yeah, absolutely.
My stepdad's, I got to go weld something or work on my truck, whatever.
That you can eliminate from your life that you hate to do. Is it worth it to you, right? Can you honestly find value? Let's think about, I want everybody, to kind of think about this. What are some of the things, some of the tasks that you dread doing, right?
Yeah.
And if you can eliminate it, would you eliminate it? And if it comes with the cost, is it worth the cost of you paying to delegate that task?
Yeah, and I'm thinking, like, what are some of the other things, like, personally, right?
Yeah.
You can get on TurboTax, and you can do your taxes.
Yeah.
But tax season is always a stressful thing.
Mm-hmm.
I just go to this old guy that I've been going to for, like, 10 years, right? I just take the stuff to him, and we sit down, and he's like, okay, I need this, and it's like...
Okay, I got it, and it's done.
It's like done, and it's
and you
like,
feel more secure. You feel more safe. You feel more like
I don't have to think about it.
You don't have to think about it.
I just bring the papers. Done. Oh, you forgot this paper. All right, I'll bring it back. I'll bring it back next time.
So
here's $125.
There you go.
Man, it's so.
See, that works. So delegating tasks, right? Having a checklist.
Yeah.
How can you add and get more time back into your life, right? And basically that goes with delegating certain things, whether it's hiring certain services, right? To really find value. Now, mind you, this is one of my things, right? I'm pretty sure a lot of people will think about this, like, okay, what can I think? What can I eliminate? How am I spending my time? Let's think about it. If you, mind you, it's your time, right? However you want to spend it, it's your time.
Yeah.
But Mike say you wouldn't want to do dishes anymore, right?
No.
Nope, none of the cleanup. the burden that would be to know that, hey, you don't have to think about doing it. You know, hey, this is laundry day. Hey, I can get this in here. I can do that. That's taken care of. How would you spend your free time then? Can you already, would it be more time at work? Would it be more free time for yourself?
It would, so here's like, what does a clean house mean to you, right? You come home, it's clean, and you don't have to think about, oh man, I gotta find time to do these dishes, or oh man, it might only take 10 minutes to clean them.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like it's this big thing, right?
Yeah.
So it's just having all that stuff done. It's just the peace of mind.
The peace of mind.
So
basically, buying that service or hiring that service is giving you a more peace of mind at the end of the day. And
I guess when it comes down to it, it's like, I've been saying the same thing for this whole thing. It's like, get that stuff out of my mind. So you walk in the house. Just imagine, you walk in the house and it's dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you walk in the house and you don't have to clean it and it's clean.
You know what? This is something me and my wife, we both agree on this. We like being away from home, right?
Yeah.
So like if we're out of town, it's perfect. It's kind of like when you go to a hotel, right?
Yeah.
You go to a hotel, it's perfect, right? When you go to a hotel, if you're staying there for a couple days, right? That first day you're there, you don't have to make your bed.
Yeah.
You use the towels, you throw the towels on the floor, they come back in, they give you fresh towels, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about some of that stuff, so you're able to really focus in on the things that you need to do.
Whatever you want.
Right? Me and my wife both agree when we're both at home, right? There's always something that we find to do.
Forever.
There's never, and sometimes I have to tell my wife, like, just sit back, relax. It's okay. It's cool, right?
We should hang that picture. We
should,
whatever.
It's like, no, just don't think about it. And I get it, right? It's just like I was telling you earlier today. Like, when I woke up this morning, my thing was, how can I make the best use of my time, right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to lie. Like, after doing that fundraiser yesterday, man, I was exhausted. Like, my body was like, yo, that's it. And my phone rung. And it was like maybe 7:04. I remember the time because I remember looking like when it was like, how your phone rings and it kind of wakes you up from good sleep.
Yeah.
And I really didn't have to be up early, so it was like, all right. So I said hello, and it was like, oh, what you doing? I'm gonna call you back. I'll call you later. But instantly that phone call made my brain wake up. And then I started thinking about all the things that I needed to do for the day, right? So I found myself just thinking. And it was like, you know what? You might as well get up.
I have a tip for you.
Tip? What you got?
And I've done this. I haven't done it for a while, but when I've done it, it takes it out of my brain.
Okay.
Right? Write down your to-do, your task list, whatever, the night before.
The night before? Or what I need to do the next day?
Yep, what you need to do the next day.
All right.
So then when you wake, like, you take it out of your brain, you put it on the paper. Now you're not thinking about it and you can go to sleep. So then when you wake up, you can look at it. And then it's like you already know.
I'm gonna start that tonight. I think I really need to apply that because honestly, that's my brain going. So even this morning when I got up, it was like, all right, how can I make the best use? I'm mapping out my time. I'm like, hey, if I can put a load of laundry in, maybe I can do 2 loads of laundry, before I go. Okay, bam. I'm not gonna say I have OCD, but I have OCD, right? It's something I have to vacuum. I like when you vacuum the floor and then
you gotta have the
you gotta have the triangle.
You gotta have
you gotta have the triangle.
Well, the video has stopped.
The video has stopped,
but this is the extended version of the audio.
Maybe that one is still going on the 50.
I don't know.
But if it's not, and subscribe, Be Poptastic Nation. We are here.
This is the extended version, audio only.
So if you want to catch it, make sure. So for those of you that's still here with us, this is exclusive information, right? Exclusive